Hello, friends. Welcome. In the next few videos in my homemaking series, I want to try to start discussing more about the Proverbs 31 woman. And no, it's not going to be talking about things that's going to make you feel bad and think, oh, I could never be like her. I'm doing it all wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I could never measure up. This is not going to be a series about making you feel uncomfortable in your homemaking or feel bad about your homemaking. I just want to point out some things that parents were trying to teach their son about the kind of woman to look for because they just wanted the best for their son and his marriage and his home. That's what Proverbs is all about. Parents teaching their son. They were concerned. They were praying for a wife for him and teaching him what to look for. I did the same things with my sons. I prayed for those wives when they were little. I started praying for their future wives. I've started teaching my granddaughters to pray for their future husbands. What to look for in a wife. There's nothing wrong for that. You just want the best for your children. So in Proverbs 31, the first thing it says is about her virtues, what to look for, her qualities, because she's far above rubies, her worth. Then it goes on to talk about the things that she does, her qualities, her character. So and these ideas and my videos in this series on the Proverbs 31 woman may be out of order, sort of say. This is the first thing that just stood out to me as I go through the Proverbs 31 woman. First is her value, her character, her quality traits, her worth. And that's something that they were teaching their son to look for in a wife. To me, the Proverbs 31 woman really has her act together. She knows what she's doing. She has a plan. Was she perfect when she first started? Maybe not. But I think as she grew and she learned, and through teaching from her mother, she already had a plan going into her marriage with her husband. She was taught her childhood years. The day she maybe become espoused or engaged, she started thinking about her future, planning, having a plan. And then when she got married and started establishing her home, once again, she had a plan. And she started enforcing those plans and implementing those plans. So the first thing I notice is she wakes before dawn. I don't think she woke up frantic anxious, scared. Her feet hit the floor running as soon as her feet hit the floor. I don't see her, I don't perceive her as that. I see her as being intentional, self-disciplined. I believe she woke up at a certain time every morning because she was the steward of her time, of her day. She knew what she was doing. She got up at a certain time every day, hence self-discipline. She knew what she was going to do from the time she woke up to the time she went to bed because she had people depending on her. Her husband, for one. She had children. They were depending on her. It says her husband safely trusted in her. He trusted her to carry out these tasks, take care of his family, his children, his home. So therefore, I believe she had a plan. She could still enjoy her alone time before anyone rose. I think that was the first priority of her day. If you know anything about their religion, that's the first thing they do when they wake up in the mornings is pray and meditate and have their alone time. She could pray, reflect, and have a plan for her day. She knew in planning her day that it would run smoother to avoid chaos and mishaps. Her self-discipline gave her the energy and motivation. If you wake up in the mornings, you sleep in, and you have no plan, everyone's coming up to you for everything, and you're still just trying to open your eyes, you're trying to meet those demands with half a brain, and that turns into stress. How's your morning so far? When you wake up, there's so much noise and loud alarms and such, and your brain shifts into fight or flight. This sends your hormones into a tizzy also. It can put you in a bad mood. Then you tend to take it out on everyone, which takes away from your ability to be the peacemaker in the home. Our mood sets the tone in the house. So see, she had a reason for waking up at a certain time every day. She knew that if she didn't, she was just not going to get to be there for her husband and her children and be a good steward of her day. She had a plan. If this is still hard to accomplish and your kids arise before anyone else, especially you, Mom, there are ways to help with this. Just remember, even though they can keep themselves busy for a bit when they wake up in the mornings, you still have to get your mind in order. Wake up. This is what I do. I like to wake up before anyone else wakes up, if at all possible. Have my morning coffee, have my devotion, have my alone time and prayer time. My mind is already awake, alert, focused, encouraged, motivated. When I close my Bible and after I pray, sometimes I feel like I can tackle the world because I've got my mindset right. Now, if you have littles, this may be hard to do. Sometimes when I would wake up in the mornings, my youngest just knew when I was awake and out of that bed. It's like he had a radar, and it was hard for me to have that alone time. It got easier the older he got. But if you have littles, here's the suggestion. If they wake up the same time you do, or if they wake up before you do, maybe have like a little morning basket for them, like a few little toys, a coloring book with some crayons. If they're babies, a bottle, some toys to play with, something to fit their age, to occupy them and keep them busy, maybe on the couch beside you, some snuggle time, something for them to do to have to keep them busy while you may sit and read and maybe enjoy your coffee. Where there's a will, there's a way. They can grow up seeing you have your alone time with the Lord in the mornings, and it can become a thing. They'll learn from you. As my grandchildren were growing up, they saw this from me. Now, in their elementary years, if they wake up the same time I do or before me, they have learned now, and I have them like some devotion books, readable age, reading for their age, where we can go in the living room and I have them sit on the couch, visible, their books, visible. We can either go in the room together if we're all awake at the same time, or when they wake up and come in the living room and see me sitting, having my coffee, reading my devotions, they go over there, they grab their devotion books, snuggle up on a section of the couch, grab a blanket, and have them some little alone time. Yes, they may have to interrupt me and ask me, Gma, what's this word? Then they go back to their reading. They grew up seeing me do that. When they were little, I had little baskets for them. They could play, they could do things, have a bottle, a snacky. When they were little, I would have like a little juice bottle already ready and a little snack container ready for when they woke up. They'd wake up, they'd come sit on the couch beside me, they would have their juice, snacky, while I could finish reading. Sometimes I would even sit there and read my devotion aloud to them. And that would be our reading time. And they would just sit and listen. No, they might not have understood what I was reading, but I was still getting fed through the Word by reading it out loud and continuing reading, and they were listening too. I still found a way to have my alone time. Sometimes they would sit and listen. Sometimes they would just get down on the floor and play. Where there's a will, there's a way. Find that way. You still need your time so you can set your mind to face those tasks for that day, where you can meet that chaos head on. God gives us a sense of authority, not urgency. If like I said, if you have newborn babies, you can create techniques for a routine for your morning. So she had a plan for her day. She put that plan in motion to offset some chaos already for her morning. Wasn't she thinking right? I know it's hard to get up in the early hours of the morning after you've got a newborn baby. You've been up all night long feeding that baby. I know it's hard. Those are times you can give yourself some grace. You're in postpartum. Give yourself some grace. I'm not saying you got to be superwoman right after a baby is born. Take those postpartum weeks to get to know your baby, snuggle your baby, spend time with your baby. Spend that time coming up with a plan for when things start getting easier, they start sleeping longer, waking up less. Go ahead and get a plan established. But if your littles are a little bit older and you're sleeping in the mornings and you don't have a plan, everybody's all waking up at the same time, nothing's prepared, you don't have a plan, you can bet your bottom dollar your day's not going to go so well. There's going to be chaos. Like I said, everybody's going to be coming at you. Mom, 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 mom. Even the husband might be coming at you with something. I need you to get this off in the mail. I need you to pay this bill. I need this. I need that. You're already setting yourself up for chaos. This is why having a plan for your morning routine really needs to come into play to offset the chaos of your day. If you can function in the morning time with no plan and everybody coming at you, God bless you. But some women can't. So that's the first priority that we need to set. She had a plan and we need one too. So let's focus on that first and foremost in our lives and in our day. Have a plan, ladies. Come up with a plan, mom, even with those newborn babies and little.